Yes, ladies and gentlemen, let's go, baby. Let's go. Welcome, cool kids. Let me go ahead and start this out with a question. I got a question for you, ladies and gentlemen. I gotta know what exactly is it? What is it? What if the opportunity you've been praying for, I'm telling you, already showed up and you missed it? You missed it simply because it didn't look like the answer you expected. Johnny One, what are you doing? Camera one, camera two, we're right here. Here we go, boys and girls. All right, ladies and gentlemen, hey, listen, think about it for a second. Some people they're not waiting for opportunity to kick down the door, or actually they're waiting for people to knock down, they're waiting for the opportunity to kick the door down and wearing a name tag that says, hello, I'm your next breakthrough. And that's usually not how it happens. It's not. Sometimes it just might look like a conversation, a rejection, dare I say. Sometimes it looks like a smaller room. Can develop, and that is look for the opportunity. That's it. Because the people who change their lives aren't always the most talented. They're not. They're often the ones simply paying attention. Now, ladies and gentlemen, again, welcome to the Fun Life community. This is the Fun Life coaching community. This is the Childlike Faith podcast, the Christian entrepreneurs who want to grow and scale their business so that they can achieve the financial freedom they're looking for without sacrificing their time, their family, their faith, or their joy. And so today on Something to Smile About Small Business Saturday, we're just simply going to be talking about one of my favorite all-time stories and movies, the Rocky Balboa, ladies and gentlemen. So are you ready? Are you ready? If you're not, you better get ready, because you watching right now live or on the replay, you already know I love Rocky movies. I mean, there's something about the underdog story, right? I just shared with you last week about the underdog from David and Goliath, right? The grit, right? The music, the training montage, right? All that stuff. And by the time that music kicks in, you feel as if you can run through Philadelphia wearing those gray sweats for about 47 seconds. And then I need a refuel a taco. But here's the thing, guys. The real story behind Rocky may even be better than the movie. Sylvester Stallone was struggling. You know the story. Very little money, very few acting opportunities, small roles, a career that seemed stuck, but he had something powerful. What did he have? He had a dream, and he kept looking for an opening. He wrote a screenplay about a boxer, right? And then one day, while leaving the movie set, a conversation happened. Remember, pay attention. A conversation happened. A conversation took place. And what happened after that conversation? I'm telling you about. He mentioned the script to a producer. That conversation led to interest. Interest led to an offer. And eventually, the offers to buy the script became enormous by Stallone's circumstances at the time. And I'm telling you, everything starts with a conversation. But here's the catch. Here's the catch, ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready? He wanted to play Rocky. The producers wanted established stars. Stallone kept saying no. Not because he hated money. He was broke. The dude was broke as a joke. He kept saying no because he knew what opportunity he was actually looking for. And eventually, you guessed it, the deal happened. The deal changed. And he gave up the huge payday for the script. And he got the opportunity to play Rocky. And the rest, ladies and gentlemen, is history. So what's the lessons that you want to take away from this? Lesson one, know what you're looking for, right? Seek and you will find. You can't find that which you're not looking for. So this is where entrepreneurs get themselves into trouble. They say, I'm looking for an opportunity. Are you? Are you? What kind? Because when you don't know what you're looking for, everything looks tempting. Johnny One, I'm telling you, money can look like opportunity. Attention can look like opportunity. A partnership can look like opportunity. A client can look like an opportunity, but not every opportunity is your opportunity. I know this is going to ruffle some feathers. Stallone wasn't simply looking to sell a screenplay. He wasn't. He was looking for a chance to become the actor he believed he could deep down inside. There, my friends, ladies and gentlemen, is the difference. Christian entrepreneur, are you listening? What are you actually looking for? More revenue? More impact? A speaking platform? A coaching practice? A leadership role? What is it? Maybe it's a business you can scale and grow. Freedom? Legacy? Only you can define it, because if you don't define it, here's the thing, you may sell tomorrow for relief today. That's one of the things that my coach always said. My coach always said the biggest reason for people's failure is that they give up what they want most for what they want now. Sound familiar? Esau? Porridge? Guys, you're going to make me get into the Bible here pretty soon. But here's the thing. It wouldn't be the Christian Entrepreneur Podcast without a little bit of Bible. Is that cool? Ephesians 5:15-16 says it this way. Be careful then how you live, making the most of every opportunity. I love that, because here's the thing. Not every opportunity, make the most of every opportunity. That requires awareness, discernment, guys. Discernment is huge here. I'm telling you guys, wisdom, readiness. You got to be prepared. You cannot maximize what you don't recognize. Juanito, ¿qué traes? I'm telling you. All right, lesson 1 down in the books. Lesson 2, opportunity often enters through conversations. That's why I tell people you're not struggling in sales, you're struggling in conversations. So this is where our last episode connects perfectly. If you didn't listen to last podcast, go back and watch that one. You'll understand it, right? Stallone didn't mail 10,000 scripts. One conversation opened the door. Think about your own business for a second. How many opportunities, seriously, how many opportunities began because someone said, hey, have you met? Or you should talk to, right? I know somebody who needs, right? We've been looking for someone like you. We've been looking for someone who does this. That's why conversations matter, guys. That's why networking matters. The problem with networking is if not done properly, networking is not working, right? And that's where relational equity comes in. The next opportunity, your next opportunity may come from an algorithm that you're not really looking for, that you're not aware of. And so it may come from an actual human being, not some kind of scrolling or funnel or some ad. No, it may come from a conversation. And you guys know this. It's right there in your phone. Stop bypassing those opportunities that are built into your database already. Man, you guys can make me get up and go. All right, here's the thing. All right, that was lesson 2. Lesson 3 is don't confuse an offer with an opportunity. This may be probably the biggest lesson I want you guys to get out of this today, because Stallone received multiple offers, big offers, and still he said no. Why? Because the offer wasn't the opportunity. Let me say that again. The offer is not always the opportunity. So you got to be watching, right? Discernment, wisdom, you got to put all that together. And here's the thing. Sometimes saying yes to quick money costs you long-term destiny. It just does, guys. I don't make up the rules. I just try my best to follow them. Sometimes the bigger opportunity comes disguised as less money, less prestige, less certainty, but more alignment. This is where prayer matters. Discernment matters. This is where coaching matters. This is where knowing your calling matters. Because when you know who you are and whose you are, you don't have to grab at everything that shines, right? Not everything that glitters is gold. I'm telling you guys. All right, quick timeout, right? You guys know, right? We do this timeout right here because, again, everything is brought to you by Fun Life Coaching Community. This is where we help Christian entrepreneurs to discover their calling, develop their voice, and grow their influence, and build the person God can trust to lead what He has called you to build. And this is why this matters. Are you ready? Opportunities are easily recognized when you know what you're building. And if you're growing a business, but feel like you're working hard without clarity, or know that there's another level, but can't quite see the next level or see what the next move looks like, that's exactly the kind of conversation we love having around here. So I want you to text the word Fun Life, one word, Fun Life, to 33777. And I'm going to send you complimentary my networking made simple and fun resource. It's really easy, guys. Really simple to download, go through, and just follow it line by line. And I promise you, your next networking opportunity, you're going to walk away with at least 3 new clients or at least 3 new conversations that you were thinking, wow, that was a lot more easier and a lot more fun to do. I don't want you focused on 100 people, just 3. Walk away with 3, not business cards, 3 contacts, 3 conversations that can completely change the trajectory of not just your business, but your life. And I'm going to challenge you to identify the opportunity that you may already be standing next to. And now, guys, back to our regularly scheduled program. Here's the thing, guys. All right, lesson 4. Lesson 4, Stallone was hungry, right? Or as Les Brown says, he was hungry. And I don't just mean physically. He was hungry for the dream. Hungry people notice things. Here's the thing. Hungry people notice things comfortable people walk past. A conversation, is it? Maybe it's more than a conversation. A contact, a small opening, an introduction, maybe a room, a challenge, a problem nobody else wants to solve. And here's the business principle. Problems are often opportunities wearing work clothes. You know, another one of the coaches that I like to follow, he says that problems change hands or money changes hands when problems are solved. That's just the way I learned it, guys. Right? Here's the thing, guys. The bigger the problem you solve, the bigger the paycheck. Every complaint is information. Every unmet need is information. Every frustrated customer is information. And every industry inefficiency is information. You got to be looking for this stuff. Entrepreneurs are trained to ask, what could this become? What is it? So what is the problem you solve? So you guys are going to have to figure that out for yourself. I can't give you all the answers. What fun is that going to be? So here's the thing. Sometimes Christians say this, well, I'm just waiting on the Lord. I'm being a good Christian. I'm just waiting on God. And sometimes that is absolutely what God asks us to do, right? But biblically waiting is rarely laziness. David waited while practicing, right? Joseph waited while serving. Paul waited while preparing. Nehemiah prayed, then made a plan. So here's the thing, guys. Faith isn't just sitting on the couch and hoping opportunity finds your address, guys. No. Faith prepares, faith watches, faith moves when the door opens, right? Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen, guys. We walk by faith and not by sight. Are you hearing me? Are you picking up what I'm putting down this morning? I'm telling you guys, I want you guys to start looking out for that opportunity filter. And here's what it is. I want you to ask yourself 3 questions that every Christian entrepreneur needs to be asking themselves. Does this align with my calling? Does it align with your calling? Not, can I make money? Some of the people that I coach are like, well, I want to make money. Probably don't need to start there. But ask yourself, does this move me toward who I am becoming, towards my calling, or is it moving me further away? Because if it's the latter, I probably don't need to be going down that route. Okay, number 2, does this allow me to serve at a higher level? Because real opportunity usually expands responsibility, guys. Keep that in the back of your mind. And number 3, what could this really lead to? I mean, if you really think about it, not every opportunity pays out immediately, right? My coach calls it playing the long game, right? You know, versus the short game. Some of these things create relationships. Some create credibility. Some create proximity, skills, visibility. That small opportunity today may be the bridge to something enormous tomorrow, guys. Because here's the thing, guys, you can't be going after pleasure. You're either going after pleasure or avoiding pain, one of the two. So here's what breaks my heart. Some people will finish this year exactly where they started. They just will. Not because God gave them no opportunities, but because they were too distracted to recognize them. They were waiting for the perfect opportunity, waiting for confidence, waiting for money to show up, waiting for permission, waiting for somebody to call them. Meanwhile, doors cracked open and closed again. Christian entrepreneur, business owner, friend, amigo, cool kid. Don't sleepwalk through your calling. Don't. You've got to pay attention. You've got to start to look for those opportunities. And just imagine yourself for a second. A year from now, A year from today, you're sitting in a room you once prayed to enter. Business has grown. You're serving better clients, people that you never thought you would be serving. You're more confident. Your voice is stronger. And somebody, right, your influence has expanded way beyond more than you could have ever have thought. And somebody asks, how did this happen? And you think back maybe to this episode, you think back to a phone call we had, maybe an introduction, a decision, a small opportunity, whatever that may be, that you almost ignored. You almost ignored that opportunity, but you were ready. You were ready, right? I think it was Elbert Hubbard that said, I'd rather be prepared for an opportunity and not have one than to have an opportunity and not be prepared, guys. Right now, a lot of what's happening here recently, I almost said no to. Matter of fact, I said no to it 4 times. And the 4th time when I finally said, let's just do it. Man, I look back on me deciding to just step out on faith and everything that's happened, the people that have connected nationwide on I don't want to say global scale, but on a nationwide level, the friendships that have been brought together, the people that have been brought together because of that one step of faith. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. So my question to you is this: what are you looking for? What are you looking for? No, for real, seriously, not vaguely. Specifically, specificity is key here. And what if the biggest thing keeping you from recognizing that opportunity is that nobody has helped you define what you're looking for? And that's exactly why I'm having this conversation with you. I'm not interested in helping everybody. I'm only interested in helping a select few. That's why I'm opening a limited number of complimentary spots on my calendar. It's the Christian Entrepreneur Opportunity Strategy Session that I want to help you focus on. Not another sales pitch, a real strategy conversation. And we're going to look at a couple of things, right? Where are you now? Where are you trying to go? What opportunities may already exist around you? I'm telling you, some of the people that I've coached, they're sitting all around the opportunity and they don't even recognize it. Man, some of the fastest people that I've helped grow is when we realize and recognize that opportunity. And so what relationships should you activate? Should you culture? Should you nurture? Should you cultivate? And here's the thing, what you may need to stop doing, because there's some things that you're doing that you probably shouldn't be doing. And there's some things that you're not doing that you probably should be doing. And there's other things that you probably need to start anyway. So you get what I'm saying, right? Because here's the thing. What if your next faithful step looks like something that you never even thought of? Not because you want to try harder, but because we're just going to try a little different, right? And so that's the opportunity. And so I want you to schedule that conversation. Go to johnnyquan.com. You can call me directly, text me directly, 903-570-0052. Go to johnnyquan.com, schedule a call, or I can send you my link directly. But here's the thing, guys. I want to get that on the calendar. I want to get that on the calendar. I'll be back in town this coming Monday. My calendar is pretty much full, right? For some of you guys, you realize that my calendar is my inventory, and I'm nearly sold out. You may have to wait a few days, but you can text me. You can call me. I'll be on the road. I'll have some time. Because here's the thing. Rocky didn't just happen because Stallone got lucky. He didn't. He was ready. He was ready enough to recognize the moment and courageous enough to protect the dream. So cool kids, I'm telling you, stay hungry. Stay faithful, stay prepared, and keep talking to people. Keep serving, keep growing, and most importantly, guys, keep looking for that opportunity because your next breakthrough may be already a little bit closer than you think. And that, my friends, is something to smile about. Small Business Saturday, guys. And remember, don't just build a business, build a person God called and can trust to lead it. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I went a little bit longer, guys, but I wanted to just share this opportunity with you guys because you just never know when you're going to get another opportunity. Love you. Adios.